So how can you go from being skinny fat, slim, lacking muscle, maybe a little bit of body fat around your chin, your chest, your lower back, and then actually swapping that for a lean, muscular physique, maybe with some abs, bigger arms, so you just look better in t-shirts, feel more confident, and can take your shirt off and not really worry about it. Skinny fat is definitely more of a challenging starting point because you can't really just jump onto a bulk because all those areas that you don't like that are full of fat will get bigger. And on the flip side, you don't really want to jump onto a cut because you're only going to get slimmer and skinnier, and it's going to take a while to shift that stubborn body fat. So how do you go from that skinny fat physique to a muscular physique? And do you have to take steroids? Do you have to do loads of cardio? And is it even really possible with your genetics and that starting point? Now, if you don't know and you haven't watched my videos before, I've been helping skinny fat men lose body fat over the past 10 years. I'll put up a bunch of transformations here just so you can see some proof of what I'm talking about. I also started with that kind of skinny physique. I was pretty lean at the start, but I did have a little bit of body fat that got worse as I went on bulk. And then trying to do a cut after that bulk meant I lost a lot of muscle. And I basically just ended up with kind of a skinny fat physique. And I've definitely had the same struggles as a skinny fat physique. And if I've probably said the word skinny fat more than 10 times, make sure you hit like. So anyway, let's get straight into it, right? As a quick disclaimer, I'm not saying this is the only way. There's a lot of people in the fitness industry who say this is the only way. Do it this way or don't work. Go carnivore or you're going to look like shit. I'm just putting this video out there to say this is the video that I needed to watch when I was dealing with the skinny fat physique. And this is what most of my clients need to do to get the results that they want. So I'm going to start with point number 1, and that is get lean first. Now, I know I said at the beginning, don't go on a cut because you're going to get skinnier, you're going to lose muscle, all that kind of stuff. However, if we aim for more of a recomposition style cut, which simply just means a smaller calorie deficit, higher protein, training with strength in mind, you are quite likely to lose body fat but also still gain some muscle. If you're absolutely brand new to the gym, you can still get the newbie gains and see some size. I'll use Reese as an example. I always use Reese as an example. If you watch my other videos, I always go on about Reese. But he is the textbook perfect example of a skinny fat guy that wanted to gain muscle. Because this transformation was done in 12 months and we actually only did a recomposition. None of this had a bulk included just yet. He was able to lose body fat, get lean, bring in his abs, bring in his pecs, but also build a significant amount of muscle, which you can see. So in a recomposition, it is very much possible to lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time. Now again, I like to be very honest with the fitness industry because it is full of crap and lies, and genetics will play a part. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say Reese has the best genetics, but he certainly is not the typical result for most people in 1 year in the gym. Yes, he had me as his coach and we did things precisely and he worked his ass off, so I got to give credit to him where it's due. But, you know, genetics are a limitation. I've had clients where they've had to work twice as hard as Reese to get half the results just because of their genetics. So I want to be very honest here. So what went into this recomposition? So first things first, we do track calories. I definitely advise it. Now, yes, you can get away without tracking calories because you can do a meal plan, you can kind of just wing it or eat the right foods. But the truth be told, if you're skinny fat, you really need to know those numbers, because if your deficit is massive, you will lose muscle, right? If you're in a 1,000 calorie, 2,000 calorie deficit, you're going to go catabolic, lose size, and just make it worse, right? On the flip side, if you're not in enough of a deficit, you might end up maintaining, you might even gain body fat if it's a little bit over, so you could just be wasting your time, like I did. So if you're tracking, you can make sure that you're hitting a perfect calorie deficit, one that means you've got a good amount of energy, good amount of performance, is sustainable, but you can lose body fat and eat enough to perform and grow and gain muscle. Now, with Reese and most of my clients, I would generally go for about a 500 calorie deficit because it's a healthy amount. 3,500 calories roughly equates to 1 pound of body fat. So being that much of a deficit per week means that you're going to lose a pound of body fat. And it means that even if you're a little bit off, you're still roughly going to be in the deficit and supporting your body throughout the whole process. So tracking calories is very, very important in my opinion when it comes to fixing a skinny fat physique. So that's the calorie side of things, right? That's the first part of the recomposition. The second part is going to be making sure that you're eating enough protein. It's all well and good being in a calorie deficit, but your body's going to be in a deficit, right? So you're burning excess body fat. And if your protein's low, you're going to burn excess muscle tissue. So we want to make sure the protein is significantly high. It doesn't need to be crazy like 300, 350 grams. Generally, I like to aim for a rough rule of thumb of 1 gram per pound of body weight or lean body weight, depending on how big the person is at the start. And again, you know, these generic rules are a great starting point, but everyone is different. My calories have to be significantly higher than most people's when I was trying to do a bulk because we all have different bodies and genetics, right? So I would start with 1 gram per pound of body weight. And if you notice that your performance and your lifts aren't quite great or you're not seeing the progress you wanted, maybe it needs to be increased, right? This is again another reason why it's worth tracking your numbers, because you can follow a meal plan all you want. Some people might follow a meal plan, bosh, it works great times. Whereas most people, particularly skinny fat people, won't be able to get the same result just following a generic meal plan because it might not be precise enough for them. If you want to save time with your transformation, tracking is going to do that. It took me personally 6 years to realize that my numbers weren't quite right, and as soon as I fixed them, anywhere between 6 and 9 months, I was able to transform my physique a lot faster and way more dramatically just by getting those numbers a bit more precise. So we want to make sure we're tracking the calories and that the protein is significantly high. Now, a lot of people think carbs are the enemy. Don't have carbs. Carbs are, they're going to kill you. No, carbs are absolutely absolutely fine. You know, you need them to function. If you want to get stronger in the gym, carbs are going to be your primary source of energy. But that being said, you can easily drop your carbs because you still need a significant amount of fats because they're going to be responsible for your joint health, your hormone production. Fats are essential. So if you're in a calorie deficit, protein's got to be high, fats need to be moderate, carbs are the only thing that can really come down low enough. But that's down to your preference, and truth be told, you can kind of just get your calories and protein right and you're pretty much set. If you're a little bit confused on this, I do have a free nutritional blueprint in the bio. You can download that or just Google it, get a calculator online. As long as you pick a starting point and proactively track it and have a look, you'll slowly start to figure it out. So that kind of covers the food side of things of a recomposition, right? What about the training? Now, again, there's no one size fits all. Some men can get in the gym, look at a barbell, sneeze, and oh, arms are growing, good times. Whereas other people have to go in there, absolutely train insane, and they might just look the same, bars. So this means that, again, track your damn workouts, right? If you just go to the gym and follow generic fitness plan number 7 bought from influencer dickhead on trend, you're probably not going to see the results you want. You might do. I'm not trying to say it's one size fits all. I'm talking about my 10 years experience helping men lose body fat and gain muscle. And 9 times out of 10, we need to be very precise. And when they hit a plateau or a wall, like maybe Pierce here, where you just go into the gym, training hard, eating right, but things aren't quite going the way you want, small tweaks, being a little bit more precise and adjusting over time is the key to speeding things up and actually getting you to that end result. So with the workouts, I generally recommend for most men trying to fix the skinny fat physique to get stronger. The reason for this is if you're lifting very high reps, nice lightweight, doing that whole I'm trying to get toned bro, and you get that little pump and it feels good, think about it logically. If you're eating less food and you're already quite skinny and you're lifting light weights, why the hell is your muscles going to grow and get bigger? They're not being challenged enough to stimulate growth. It's not the most efficient way for your body type. But getting stronger whilst being in a calorie deficit with sufficient protein, your body will have to adapt. You have to perform, which means your body's going to keep more lean tissue whilst you're in a deficit because it's adapting, because it needs to do that to survive. Simple long-term adaptations. So getting stronger on a calorie deficit is going to be optimal, ideal. And for me, with my clients, I've always gotten them better results and they've always had more muscle gain by doing this. Now, I'm very much aware that to grow muscle, you need to eat in a surplus and you want to train for muscle hypertrophy rep ranges. I'm not trying to say that strength training is the best way to gain muscle, but if you're skinny fat and you're trying to lose body fat and gain muscle, or at least keep muscle and not get tiny and look like you're a starved child at the end of it, getting stronger is a good way to go about it. So track your workouts, monitor progressive overload metrics, be it reps, just weight. And if you start to hit a plateau because you're tracking it, you can go, cool, maybe I increase the volume slightly, maybe I need to train more intensely, maybe I need to fix my form, maybe I need to fix my tempo. Again, too many men just jump to the gym, lift weights, mate, and just fucking eat less, right? Might work for some, not for skinny fat guys, typically speaking. So track your workouts and monitor those adjustments. Now, with Reese, this is exactly what we did. We reviewed it every single week. So we looked at his weigh-ins, his food, his calories, his macros, made sure it was accurate. We went through his performance metrics and looked at his before and after photos each week to make sure he's on track. And if something wasn't working, and we would jump in and make some adjustments so that he wasn't hitting a plateau, he wasn't losing momentum, and he was able just to continue to lose body fat and gain muscle. That's why he transformed so rapidly in just 12 months. No steroids, no bullshit. And to be honest with you, didn't really do any cardio, right? If he wanted to do cardio for fun, like a bike ride or like a little bit of a hike or something, absolutely. If I programmed him doing 45 minutes on the treadmill every day, he just wouldn't be able to keep up with it with his work schedule. And truth be told, it's not the most efficient way for him to keep muscle whilst he's trying to cut down and gain muscle. So all he really did was 2 to maximum 4 days per week in the gym, 45 minutes tops, focused on heavy compounds, isolation lifts, and getting the protein and calories in. Now, there's a lot more that can go into this, of course. I'm making videos just giving out the basic information that I wish I knew at the start and what most men that are trying to lose body fat don't have at their fingertips, because there's all these influencers out there smashing the drugs, getting photoshopped, taking supplements, promoting other supplements, telling you to buy their workout app, and it's all generic. Don't get me wrong, some people might get results, but I work with a lot of men that have tried those things, it hasn't worked, they've gotten frustrated, come to me, we fix the results, and they're like, holy shit, why didn't I do this sooner? Same thing for me. I used to download so many workout plans back in the day, and I used to have a fucking subscription of all the muscle magazines, and I'd follow everything to the T. I just didn't get anywhere with it. It was very frustrating. As soon as I realized, okay, well, I'm not even paying attention to my calories, I'm not even paying attention to my macros, I'm not even tracking my workouts properly, and I'm not adjusting the right things. And for me, I have a really shit chest, right? My chest workouts had to be very, very bespoke for me, otherwise I wouldn't grow them. Finally, my chest grew because I was being more precise with my training. So if you're skinny fat and you've been trying to lose body fat and gain muscle for a little while, or you're just not sure where to start, or you haven't even started yet, but you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I just want to get this done, especially going into the New Year's. If that's the case, you can always feel free to drop me a message on Instagram at Elite Transformation Project. You can drop a comment, although I don't always get notifications for that, or you can just book a call with me for free. The link is in the bio. I can't guarantee by the time you're watching this that's even active, because it depends on how many spaces I have at any given time. But if you want some help, I am here to help answer your questions. And if you want to work with me one-to-one, you can book in a call or just message me. And like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, I hope this video helps. Have yourself a great weekend or weekday whenever you're watching this.